Hi everyone, this is Jordi from Yepper Design and welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial I will explain you how to make a intro, especially the Yepper Design intro, because I had some requests, some people had requests on that I should make a tutorial of it. Well, here it is. Well, first of all, let me show you the intro. Okay, that's basically it. Well, here's our website from the intro. Okay, so let me scrub through the intro and show you what's in it. So first of all, we have this rotating thing here. Actually, it's just a text layer, just two hooks. Then we got this logo, which will pop up, as you see. And then we got this another text layer, which will ball up or something. Okay, and then we got a little flash. Okay, that's also very easy to make. Then we got a lens flare. Here it is, lens flare, and it will grab some text with it. It will track out a bit more. Okay, that's it. Let's get started now. So we're gonna create a new composition. So click here, create a new composition. Let me just name it intro. Okay. Let's work in a I don't know. Want to work in HD? Okay, let's work in with HD. We're gonna take this preset, the 720p. Let's make the composition around 10 seconds. Press OK. So here we got our timeline sequence. And we're going to start first of all by creating a nice looking background. Okay, I got this great texture right here. Just gonna drag it in my timeline. This texture is from our designer bundle Cracked. So check out yepperdesign.com and click on designer bundles and Cracked, and it's free to download. And then you'll see this great looking texture. Okay, I'm gonna scale it down a bit. Okay, something like that. Okay. Now we're going to create a new solid, import solid. Also going to make it black is good. Going to drag it onto my clip. Make sure it's the same size as your composition. Okay. Here you can see the size of it. Then I'm gonna add an effect on it, and the effect presets are gonna type in ramp. So we're gonna search after ramp. I'm gonna drag ramp onto my solid, and I'm gonna give it some other look. Okay, we're gonna instead of ramp shape, instead of linear wipe, we're gonna choose radical ramp. Okay, that will create this effect. We're gonna choose the end color black. Oops, it's right here. Gonna create the end of ramp end color should be black, and the start color should be white, or something else, bluish, something lighter than black. Okay, let's say blue. Okay. Now we're gonna change the mode into I know we can choose add. That will give, but that's not so good. Color Dutch is also very cool, but I'm gonna make overlay. Yeah, overlay was it? I can choose overlay, dissolve. Oops, no, dissolves nothing. Darken, multiple. Yeah, multiple. That's looking great. Okay. I'll just choose. Just keep picking something, experiment with it till you get something cool looking. Okay, we got ourselves a background. Okay, gonna change the ramp a bit. Gonna bring this color here so it's not too dark. That should be good. Some other bluish, maybe something more like that. Softer blue. Okay, that's good. Now we're gonna create a text layer. So we're gonna click on the T from text. Click right here, and we're just gonna type two hooks. Okay. The tracking, I'm gonna set it for now on 0. I'm gonna give it some other font. I don't know, I'm just gonna pick one. Okay, it just doesn't really matter in this tutorial. Okay, gonna scale it up. Here we got our two hooks. Okay, now what we want to do with it is animate it so it will rotate in. Okay, and it also need to be tracked. Okay, but that's for later. We're first gonna animate it. So we go on our timeline in the beginning, and we're gonna set our two hooks somewhere. Let's say here. Okay, gonna open up the transform, and we're gonna animate the position, the scale, the rotation, and the opacity. Okay, so we're gonna start with a smaller hook. Yeah, something smaller like that. Okay, now we got forward in time. Doesn't matter where, because we're gonna replace the keyframes anyway. I'm gonna place my two hooks somewhere. Like here, you can give it something more like that. So it will follow this path. Okay, so if you just click on one of these, oops. Okay, so if you click on one of these bubbles, okay, okay, never mind. You should. Okay, if you click on this one, you see you can drag this one around, or you can play with. So you can make this bow effect. Okay, never mind. So that's for the position. Then we're gonna scale it up. Okay, make sure you hold Shift while scaling. Okay, oops. So it's not scaled like that or something. Make sure you hold Shift. Okay, well, actually, you can do this bit. Yeah, in this example, you can do it in this intro. Okay, but otherwise, hold Shift so it's perfectly scaled. Okay, but now I'm gonna do this. Okay, this might look a little better. Then the rotation. Let's say it has to rotate. I don't know, 4 times. Then the opacity has to be 100 there. I'm gonna place a keyframe for 100. Go back to the beginning, and I'm gonna make the opacity right there 0. Now, it has to brighten up earlier, and the rest has to come later. So we're gonna move that. And there we go. We already have our incoming, as you see. Woo. Okay. No, I forgot something. When you're rotating it, make sure it's rotating around a good center point. As you see, now it's rotating around this point, and I want it to be in the middle. So I'm also going to change my anchor point, but make sure you're not animating it. Okay, so it's in the middle. Something like that, perhaps. Okay, something like that. So now you will see that it will rotate around the middle. Okay. Okay, that's looking great. Now we're gonna track this layer. So I'm gonna choose text, animate, this one here, and I'm gonna use tracking. Here it is, tracking. Gonna click on it. We go to the beginning of our clip, and we're gonna choose the tracking mode here. It has to be much smaller. Let's say -40. -40 is good. Gonna place a keyframe. I'm also gonna open up my transform so I can line it up with my other keyframes right there. And then I'm gonna increase the tracking. So now you see what tracking does. Okay. I'm gonna scale it up wide, very wide, like this. So it will create automatically a keyframe. So now if we play this, you see it's opening up. Okay. Now this one is very wide here because at this point we're gonna import our logo. So I'm gonna choose my logo in my project panel. I'm gonna drop it on. There we go. We want it to be on top of it. Okay, so we're just gonna drag it. There we go. Now it's on top of it. Now we want this logo to pop in. Okay, so we're gonna start by scaling it down like that. Also so right in time here, gonna do Shift Command D or Shift Control D for the Windows users. So it will split up in 2. I'm gonna delete the layer beneath it. So it will start perfectly from here. Doesn't really matter, but it's just to have a better overview. open up my transform of the Yepler Design Solo logo. I'm just gonna call this logo. Okay. Gonna just call this one hooks. Background layer. Texture. Okay. So you have a better overview. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna animate the scale and the opticy. Okay. In the beginning, the opticy is 0. Okay. We'll go forward in time. Let's say 1, 2, 3. 3 frames. Okay, 3 frames. Here it has to be 100 opticy, and we're gonna scale it up very big like that. Okay, gonna line it up better. Okay, maybe change the anchor point to our logo right there. So this is the anchor point. We're gonna place it there. Okay, we go forward in time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, remember the 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna scale it down. We do 1, 2, 3. Scale it up. 1, 2, 3, and scale it down until it's good. There we go. Okay. Now we'll go back to our hooks. I'm gonna line it up with the last keyframe, and then we're gonna do something again with the tracking. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. No, one back where the logo is on the highest size of the scale. We're gonna decrease the tracking. We're gonna 1, 2, 3. We're gonna increase it a bit. No, we're gonna decrease it even more. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Gonna increase it a little bit. 1, 2, 3. And here it has to be static. So let's say this is the logo. Okay, that's it. Let me just give the hook some other color because this is pretty boring. I don't know which. Let me just pick this one. Okay, so it's the same. Give it a little edge on it. A little more edge. There we go. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So that's for the hook. So we've animated this bong effect. I don't know how to name it, but let me just play it so you can see what I mean. Okay. A bit faster. Okay. So that's what we got right now. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty easy. Pretty cool. That's it. So on this time, let's say something right here. A text layer should be appeared and a boldly effect. Okay, so we're gonna click right here. We're gonna say yeplerdesign.com. Okay, I'm not gonna remove the .com. Yepler Design. I don't know if this font is good. Doesn't matter in this tutorial. Okay, gonna place it right here somewhere. Also gonna cut my video in half. Okay, again with the Shift Command D of Shift Control D. Then we're gonna use CC Lens. This is from the Sycor lens, from the Sycor effect bundle. It should be installed with After Effects. We're gonna drag it onto our text layer, as you saw, and we already got something weird going on there. This is our center point of the effect. So here you see our ball. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna place this ball effect on the first letter. Okay, so we see this, so we actually see the ball. Then we're gonna increase the size of it, and you will see that it's already doing something. So we're just gonna animate this size. In the beginning, it's 0. We're gonna place a keyframe. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's just say 10 frames. And we're gonna move this size so we see the text layer perfectly. Not too much, because you will get something like that until it's just normal. Yeah, well, maybe it's maximum. Yeah, just move it to the maximum, 500. Yeah, that's looking good. And now we already got the ball. View. Okay. Oh, I have to move this one a bit up. Okay. I see that my that this one, the center point, has to come back to here. There we go, and we got this. Okay, now we want to have a flash effect when on this point somewhere, when it's overlapping the screen, somewhere around here. Okay, I'm gonna import a new solid. I'm gonna make it white. Okay, gonna drag my white solid on the top of everything, and I'm gonna name it Flash. I'm gonna cut it again here to have a better overview. I'm gonna shut it off for a second. So what do we want? So on this point it has to flash. I'm gonna scale a bit more up. I'm gonna move my flash more to here. Let's say it already has to come on the same point as your title. Okay. We're gonna play with the opticy. In the beginning it's 0. Gonna make a keyframe. Then I got 1, 2 frames, and here it has to be in the maximum. So here it has to be, I don't know, 80. We're not gonna make it 100 because it will be too wide. Okay, you will actually see that it's a layer, so that's not good. So let's make 80, maybe 90, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna fade the flash a bit out. Okay, so it's flash. Okay, so we got more flames like that. Then we're gonna press 0. So we got from 0 to 80 to 0. Gonna shut it back on, and let's just play it. Phew, here's the flash. You see? Looking good, huh? Okay. Now one last thing. It's something again with the tracking. That's the little text layer. And because I have set everything a bit down, I see I'm gonna make my text layer up here. Okay, so I'm just gonna click right here and type something in. Yepper design is the best. Okay, I'm gonna scale it down like that. Looking good. Okay. Now we're just gonna animate it by tracking this one. Doesn't matter which position. On top is good. Go back to transform. I'm gonna cut it right there. Oops, like that. So you want to, or it doesn't matter. We wanted to come in something around here. I'm gonna open up my text, also my transform, both of them, because we're gonna play with the opticy. I'm gonna play with the tracking. So open up my tracking animation, and the tracking has to be very small, like that. Everything on top of it. I'm gonna make a keyframe for tracking, and I'm gonna make a keyframe for opticy, which has already happened. Okay, I'm gonna leave the opticy 100 for now, so we can see what we're actually doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 15 frames. I'm gonna increase the tracking something around here. Okay. Also gonna make the opticy 100 there. Gonna make the opticy 100 on, let's say, this point somewhere. Gonna move the keyframe. I'm gonna change the first keyframe up to 0 now. Okay, so it fades within. Boom. Okay, now we're gonna track it a bit out, so it has this little floating effect. There we go. Okay. Now the only thing we know is a lens flare. Very easy. Just type in lens flare. Here it is, lens flare, and we're gonna drag it onto our background. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make something like that. Gonna change the lens type maybe to prime. No, 45mm. Okay, I just take the standard. That's good. The flare brightness, we can increase that one or not. Doesn't really, like that. Okay, that should do it. Now we wanted to animate it. So the first point should be here. when on the start of it. So go with my timeline somewhere around here. Let's say that's the start right there. Let's just say in the same time or text layer. Okay. I'm gonna play with the flare brightness and with the flare center. So in the beginning the brightness is 0. Then we go frames forward, 1, 2, 3. No, 2. No, 3. Okay, 3 frames. I'm gonna make it 110%. Okay, gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now just actually where the text is fully up, like somewhere there. Okay, I'm gonna move the flare up to there, around here somewhere. There we go. And I'm gonna change the brightness. No, yeah, I'm gonna change the brightness to 0. Okay. Now we need to open up the background effects, lens flare, because we miss one keyframe. We go 1, 2 keyframes back, and we're gonna make the flame brightness 110 here. So we got 0, 110, 110, 0. Okay, and forward position. Okay, so that's what it's doing. There we go. We're done. Let me just play it right now. Gonna render it out a bit. That's it. I'm gonna play it now. Ain't that looking great? Yeah, I mean the lens flare is a bit slow as you see, but you can speed it up by using less keyframes. By using less frames while keying. Okay, that's this. I hope you learned something out of this tutorial, and thank you for watching. This was Jordi from yepperdesign.com.